Alright, welcome to the channel everybody. Today I want to go over why I think my B9.5 S4 has been a great daily, and honestly I would say a perfect daily for anyone looking to drive a sports car. This car has been my daily for 8 months now, and I just want to go over a couple things on what I love about it, some things I don't like about it, and why I think it's honestly just perfect to drive every day. First point I want to go over is power. So this car right now, even stock, has plenty of power. I do have a cold air intake from Integrated Engineering. It also has the inlet tube, but stock power, it makes really good power, and it's really fun to get on it no matter where you are. It's responsive, it has lots of torque. Obviously with Quattro, it has no issues with traction whatsoever, dry or wet, and that's a really big plus. The car's power stock at 355 horsepower. If you've never driven a sports car before, that is plenty fun. 350 horsepower on a car that weighs as much as it does is going to be, honestly, probably as a first car, I would say probably even too much if it's your first car. But a lot of people won't be getting this as a first car. A lot of people are probably, you're looking to get this as your second or third car to finally upgrade to something of a nicer sports car that's going to be a daily. So that's why I'm making this video, because I think this daily is going to be one of the best choices you can make. Point number two I want to make is reliability, which is huge for a daily driver. I've had this car for 8 months. I've had literally zero issues with it at all while driving it. It's giving me no problems, no check engine lights, no sort of error codes or anything. A lot of people think with sports cars and cars that have a turbo or anything like that, there comes a downgrade in reliability. But honestly, especially with newer generation cars in general, but specifically with the B9.5, the reliability is something that is not an issue whatsoever. I've had it for 8 months. I've had zero check engine lights, no problems whatsoever. The previous generation of S4, the B9, the pre-facelift version, actually had an issue with the rocker arms. That was technically fixed before the B9.5 even came out. I believe it's somewhere around late 2017 or 2018. That was before the B9.5 even came out that they actually addressed and fixed the rocker arm issue. So B9.5 definitely won't be any problems whatsoever. One thing I will mention is when I actually bought this car, I had an issue with cooling. So I went to the dealership and I test drove it, and on the test drive itself, it gave me a malfunction right away, or a check engine light on the actual test drive. I had to drive 8 hours away out of town to pick it up. I was so excited, and it told me that the car isn't cooling properly. It happened to this car at around 30,000 miles. So that is one thing I would say you should be aware of. What I would personally say to you is, if you're looking to get a B9 or even a B9.5, definitely a B9.5 is just my preference. Not a lot of people have B9.5s. It's just less issues, it's newer, it has Apple CarPlay. We'll get into the features a little bit later, but in my opinion, the reliability is never going to be an issue for you with this car. You'll be unlucky to have some maintenance issue or even some kind of check engine light. It likely won't even happen. A third thing I do want to mention is the styling. And now I know it's getting a little dark, but I hope you can still appreciate the overall general styling of the car. I think is so good. Now, obviously I have some aftermarket modifications, but a lot of them you really wouldn't be able to tell, except for the wheels. I think that's the biggest telltale giveaway. But except for the wheels, I have, tints, which anybody could get, some aftermarket spoiler, and the headlights. That's it for modifications regarding how it looks on the outside. The styling as a daily driver, I think, looks stunning. I think it looks better than an M340i. I think it looks better for sure than a C43, and I think it looks better on the inside as well. And that's one of the main reasons why I chose the Audi S4 over the M340i, is because I like the styling on the exterior and the interior better than both its competitors, the M340i and the C43 AMG. Now, speaking of styling, which was the third main point, I want to go and talk about the interior styling. So speaking on the interior, why I love it so much. Number one, it has features that other cars don't. For example, massaging and heated seats is honestly an amazing feature. It gets used for me at least twice a week. And the diamond stitching on the seats just look incredible. I have red interior, which I think is the best color you can have on any car, but particularly on this car with red interior, and the quantum gray exterior, I think, is such a unique and rare look. It honestly doesn't get beaten by any BMW M340 or any AMG C43. It just doesn't get beaten by it at all. I think styling terms, everything about this car is the best in its class with its competitor. Now, I know some people don't like this tablet looking screen in the middle here. I have had no issues with it, especially with wireless Apple CarPlay. I've had no issues with connectivity. I've had no glitches with it. It's honestly been flawless. I cannot speak for other systems like the 340 or the C43, but if that's an issue you think you might have, or if it's an issue you're scared of having, I would say don't be. The wireless Apple CarPlay is seamless and it works flawlessly. Another thing about styling I want to bring up is the virtual cockpit. I think it has so much adaptability and just customization that is just so good and can fit any person's needs. I mean, it just has so many different settings, and I can even go into settings inside here and completely change the look of this whole area. I mean, there's so much customizability with it. I think it's honestly great, and I think it's everything you'll need, and it won't disappoint in regards to the information that you might be looking to have on the screen. It's almost like completely customizable, and there are so many options to change the look of it. I mean, it's way more than the average person needs. One of the last things I do want to mention, which obviously is a huge factor, of course, also arguably one of the biggest factors, is the pricing. Now, of course, the M340 and I believe the C43 AMG as well, this is the slowest one. But as a daily driver, you're almost never going to notice that slight difference that the M340 and the C43 are going to give you. What you will notice are the things I mentioned before: the styling, the interior comfort and styling of that, the flawless CarPlay, and also the price. This is the cheapest out of all of them, and I think, like I said before, it looks the best. I think it is the best bang for your buck. It has way less hype. It's way less common of a car than any M340, especially the B9.5 variant. I know B9s are pretty common, but the B9.5, I think if you're looking for a daily driver, you cannot go wrong with this car. So if you're considering getting a B9.5, I highly recommend getting this car. If you're interested in seeing more detail about, you know, why you should get a B9.5, the things that happen with it, the things that occur on a day-to-day basis, what you could really do with it, I would consider subscribing, because I plan to upload all of these things as often as possible. I really want to start this channel off making a bunch of content with it. So if you thought it was helpful, subscribe, and thank you so much. I will see you guys in the next video, and leave a comment with things you want me to upload in regards to this car. Thank you, subscribe, and have a good one.